Welcome to a world of thrills, a world of drama, of capes and tights, a world where death is a revolving door. Welcome to the Geek Matrix.
Hello, listeners. This is the who are we again? The Geek Matrix, and this is the DC Comics Review Show. We're both, god damn it. And it is episode number 298, covering a lot of stuff and skipping even more. Technically, I found out that if we count the initial times that I did get on the internet about comic books, being the fandom coverage or fandom coverage from DC, then this is actually technically episode 300.
Revisionist DC Marvel numbering, and I love it.
So technically speaking, it's episode 300. But as like a podcast is still 298.
I think we should just count it as 300. It feels good.
300 it is then. Brandon, you good with that?
I'm good with that.
He's good with that. All right. Then this week, or at least this show, what we're going to be talking about is Green Lantern Corps number 17, Action Comics number 1099, Emperor Aquaman number 18, Barbara Gordon Breakout number 2, The Fury of Firestorm number 3, Absolute Catwoman number 1, Absolute Green Arrow number 2, Absolute Flash number 16, and Absolute Batman number 21. That's quite the short list for as many books as have gone on since we've had the full podcast. But the honorable mentions that we've got for you due to time constraints and all kinds of stuff are Deathstroke, Terminator number 4, Nightwing number 139, New Titans number 36, Justice League Dream Girls, the DC Pride event number 2 and 3, The Nice House by the Sea number 10, Bleeding Hearts number 5, End of Life number 5, the Batman Gargoyle of Gotham number 4, Supergirl number 14, Catwoman 88, Superman Unlimited 14, Batwoman number 4, Lobo number 4, and Batman Superman World's Finest number 52. Quite the list. The reviews and us bullshitting about the comic book's going to go a little different. But before we get into that, there is news, good, bad, and in between, and I would love to hear about it from my two favorite fellow comic nerds, Brandon and Rob. Tell me all about it.
All right. Brandon, do you want me to take it or go first or what?
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. Okay. So, let's see if I remember, because there was a lot over the past 2 weeks. We had a new Spider-Man brand new day trailer. It looks fantastic. We got to see Tease the Hulk. We got last weekend the premiere of season 3 of My Adventure with Superman to rousing fanfare. It was actually quite good. That first episode got me excited for the second.
Good stuff. I'm glad you finally started watching it.
Yes, I'm happy. I went through binged those 2 seasons as quick as I could, man, in preparation for 3, and I'm so happy I'm here.
You got to push it on Brandon now.
Yeah, it's a damn good show, Brandon. You'd like it.
No, that's good.
My Adventures with Superman. You've definitely got to check it out,
especially with My Adventures with Green Lantern coming up soon, which. Finally got casting news. The role of Jessica Cruz will be portrayed by Auli Cravalho. I hope I pronounced that right. The famously known as the voice of Moana in the animated movies from Disney. Very good at voice acting, in my opinion. So I'm excited to hear her voice for Jessica Cruz. I know there was oh, yes. Last week saw the release of the long-awaited Energon Universe series Mask, and Mask number 1 came out with a shit ton of blind bags and a lot of enjoyment. I read the first issue. It was a really good issue. It's got me excited for the series, but the most exciting stuff to come out of it, and this is not a knock on Mask because it was very good. It's just very unexpected news. In many of the blind bags, a lot of people have been posting online, they found a fifth Energon Universe series, the first issue of that, ROM #1, the good old Space Knight, is joining the Energon Universe. As far as I know, Skybound Entertainment and or Robert Kirkman have not actually commented on that yet, but the images of people pulling that out of the blind bags are going around the internet like crazy. So there's no official announcement on any ROM series in the future, but Void Rivals number 32, the cover, has a silhouette of what appears to be ROM in the background. So ROM might be appearing in that. And if ROM #1 is either a prelude to that issue or a follow-up to that issue, and the series comes out after that at some point, I don't know. I know nothing about the story inside ROM, but if you're following the Energon universe, shit is very exciting right now. It's a great time to get into it. Jay's just fucking scored finally. Holy shit. Let's see, what else?
What else? I'd say at this point, there's kind of no telling what will show up in the Energon universe.
No, it could be anything. My Little Pony.
Rom's so cool. Like I have some floppies of fucking Rom. This is
classic Marvel Comics run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't wait for that issue of Void Rivals because that book it's gotten better for me. It's gone way up there in terms of quality and excitement for story, and this upcoming arc promises to be wild. And if Rom is involved, it's going to get even wilder. I can't fucking wait. It's going to be good.
Nice.
Have you been able to read Mask yet? I know you've been out of commission for a couple of weeks.
No, I haven't been able to read Mask yet. I was just able to get up on my feet, and then I went out to the bar and bounced my head off the wall. So
yeah.
but it still hurts too, man.
I will tell you, don't feel like you need to. I know you want to catch up to the Energon universe as a whole, and I definitely recommend it. But Mask #1 definitely does not need any prerequisite reading right now. It jumps right into the adventure of Matt Tracker and Miles Mayhem. Very little backstory of where they were before that is even talked about. So
interesting.
Yeah, you can just jump right into issue 1 and go right in.
All right, fuck yeah.
So that also goes for any listeners out there. If you are behind on the Energon universe and you're dying to read Mask, just do it. You will not miss anything. Trust me. Miles Mayhem and Matt Tracker may have had appearances in Transformers and G.I. Joe respectively, but that was really just setting them up to where they need to be for issue 1. So you're good. What else?
No, a lot of people don't know Mask. It wasn't exactly long-lived.
Yeah.
And that's really unfortunate because that show was seriously cool.
Yeah, I never watched it myself, but I've heard about it, and it definitely seemed like an interesting premise.
Mm-hmm.
The first issue.
And then I forgot that I recently rediscovered, and this has got nothing to do with what you were talking about, but just on the same note, I recently rediscovered that I was, as a kid, a major GoBots fan.
Oh, hell yeah. Not many people were.
I had a lot of the toys and everything, and I'm like, holy shit. I completely left my mind, but I just stumbled upon forgotten cartoons kind of thing.
A lot of those old GoBots too have now been kind of absorbed into Transformers canon.
Oh yeah.
So if you like consume Transformers media in any way, you might even see an old GoBot pop up here and there.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah. I think it was last week. Also saw the release of the long time coming. I say long time, but like 8 months coming. Avengers Armageddon event, complete with a Magic the Gathering trading card promo, which right off the bat was going for $20 online sealed, which was crazy. It was the funniest thing because I was looking at listings for the card, and people were saying it comes with an issue of the comic. Like, you're paying $20 for a card and a comic that you could go to the comic shop, pay $5 for the comic with the card. It just didn't make sense.
I don't get it.
Yeah. And a funny thing about numbering, DC Marvel weird ass legacy numbering, the last issue of Avengers was whatever back in like February and March was 802. Avengers Armageddon is being listed as Legacy 803. So they're counting this as the ongoing Avengers title, which I think is interesting. Speaking of Avengers, what I missed but came out in May, JLA Avengers Facsimile Edition #1 is out. If you missed it, you can still get it. I got this last week.
Oh yeah, Brandon, did you get yours?
I don't. Well, okay, I did, but it was a waste of money. Not because it's a bad book or anything. I love that book, but because I already kind of have the trade, so there really was no purpose for me to purchase that. But I saw a Ryan Stegman variant cover, and I had like, you know, that SpongeBob moment where he's like, I don't need the water, I don't need it. That was me. I was like, fighting myself.
I don't need it, but I want it.
But I wanted it, so I ended up getting that for only that reason, for the variant cover for a book.
That's what variant covers are for.
Well, not read.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's great to see that it's back on shelves. It's a serious story.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm still to this day haven't read the entire thing, so I'm so happy they're re-releasing the Facsimile editions.
Oh yeah, now you're in for a real treat.
Yeah, I've yet to actually read this first issue yet, but I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Cool, but it's good.
Yeah, I'm just so I've only ever seen like a few panels here and there, but I'm so fucking ready.
Yeah, well, that is because historically it was so damn hard to find for forever, and it was also really expensive to find. But nothing gives me joy quite like seeing a book get incredibly devalued now that the reprints are abundant. So where once it would have run you like $30 for a single issue of JLA Avengers, you might be able to score it for a measly 10 or even less.
Great.
So yeah.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Coming in September as well, we'll see the release of, I don't know if it's a one shot or a mini Batman Superman Weird Al World's Weirdest #1. I can only assume following the footsteps of Marvel's Jay and Silent Bob's Jay's A Future Past, which came out last week, which was actually a lot of fun. Again, Josh, I highly recommend that issue. You will laugh your ass off. Josh isn't here.
For as much as I love Clerks, I am a little like, who's this book for exactly? You know what I mean?
It's really weird. It's like a very niche market of people that like comics and like Kevin Smith.
Yeah, it's like you have to be. I don't want to say incredibly familiar with his old, what is it called, the View Askew universe, but how many people have seen Clerks who are below the age of 25? I don't know. I don't have conclusive proof on that, but
Not
I don't
many.
know that it's a ton.
Yeah, it's a very niche market for that one.
And that number is probably only going
it's mine.
dwindle.
It's my market.
Yeah. Like I was gonna say, the niche market includes the three of us and like maybe 5 other people.
Yeah.
And 3 of them are Kevin Smith.
I fucking love Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
He got shit on for his He-Man for too much for no reason. But that's for another discussion.
Yeah. But that issue, I laughed so fucking hard throughout that entire issue. I could hear Jason Mewes' voice in my head the entire time. It was fantastic.
Snoochie Boochie.
You say Snoochie Boochie, and all I could think was what he yelled at Wolverine.
Oh no.
I can't remember what it was, but he just saw Wolverine and he went fucking crazy. It was fantastic. But that's besides the point.
What?
Okay.
These aren't rolling papers, officer. You just lick them right here, stick them on top of your tank, and there to catch your motherfucking stink nuggets.
Jesus Christ, Josh. DC made a few announcements this week as well.
Jesus Christ,
Why
Kevin Smith.
do I feel? Oh no, okay, no, I am forgetting something. That Wes Craig is returning to Superman in a new DC Black Label series inspired by Golden Age Superman, specifically the Art Deco inspired version of 1938 Metropolis, but more so inspired by the iconic Fleischer Studios animated shorts. It is called Superman the Stranger, 6-issue DC Black Label series, written and illustrated by Wes Craig. Looks really good. The preview art looks solid. There's not much more info about it right now. Even like the variant covers just look fantastic. And the as Shield, it's just a triangle. It's not like a diamond shape. That's how classic they're going with this.
Yeah, like all the way back.
Yeah. DC also had a live stream events on, I want to say it was YouTube, probably all sorts of social media on Wednesday, I believe it was, for their upcoming Batman Bad Seeds crossover event, the 10-week events, and basically showcasing every single series that is involved in it and encompasses, I imagine, the entire Batman line. You have Detective Comics, Batman, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, Catwoman, Nightwing, Batgirl.
And it has yet to find out whether or not it's going to have any tie into Gotham Central and Gotham General.
It is.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
So then, yeah, it's just every Gotham book is going to be touched by.
Yeah, there's 2 new books coming: as Bad Seeds Gotham Central and Bad Seeds Gotham General. Number 1 are coming in, I believe that's August, if not September. If those are ongoings or limited series,
Well,
I'm
not
not
if they're
sure.
called Bad Seeds at first, then.
Yeah, I think that's how it was talked about. I didn't get a chance to do a deep dive on all the reveals there, and the live stream was kind of just like an image of Gotham City, and every so often a poster in the corner would change and it's a new cover. Like it was kind of weird. So I don't know all the info on those yet, but those look promising. Gotham General, I think, is a first. Gotham Central coming back is very interesting. What those will entail, we don't know yet. And we also got 3 more reveals of 3 more all-in titles. We have the Doom Patrol number 1, written by Darcy Van Pulgeest, and art from Nico Henrichon. Sounds French. That's coming in September. Brand new spin on the Doom Patrol. Excuse me. Oh shit, I missed one. Oh no, the other one was one we already knew about coming was Teen Titans. That's coming down the line. Red Hood's Teen Titans. And one of the worst kept secrets in DC right now, Joshua Williamson and art from Hayden Sherman will be tackling Legion of Superheroes coming in September.
Peculiar. Brandon's way better at this than me, and I know Bob is going what, but who all's on the cover? I see a Chameleon Boy. I see Saturn Girl. Is that Lightning Lad?
I don't even see Chameleon Boy.
Yeah, it's from my impression. Obviously, you have at the front of the pack Lightning Lad, Saturn Girl, and Cosmic Boy. Triplicate Girl in the orange. That design is well known. Obviously, Brainiac 5. And then
I was looking at that white and black image.
Yeah. And then there are a couple that I'm still not sure of. Maybe just the one. There's someone right below Lightning Lad with like yellow goggles that people are saying. I think Hayden Sherman said it was Matter Eater Lad. Initially, I thought it was Shrinking Violet. Matter Eater Lad would make more sense with the logo on her chest or their
Also,
chest.
it looks like she's
Looks like
something
putting
too.
something in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, there might be a couple of newer characters, but the ones kind of more prominently featured definitely seem to be at least Lightning Lad, Phantom Girl, Saturn Girl, Cosmic Boy, Triplicate Girl, and Brainiac 5.
Where the hell did
so
that white cover go?
If we're looking at the same cover, Brandon, the guy in the very far left, kind of not on the motorcycle, kind of just above him in the
Yeah,
red
that one I'm still not sure of.
Does that not look suspiciously like a Robin suit?
That's what people are saying. I hope that's not the case, but we'll see.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. Yeah, that's all coming in September. And
Where's that other cover that one of you shared with me?
Oh, all black and white is the silhouettes. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, that I think is not necessarily a cover. I think it was just like an advertisement poster.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That was the only one that I had seen or at least remembered seeing.
Oh, okay.
So I was trying to go off.
I did a screenshot of the solicit posted after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely like on the far right. That's definitely Chameleon Boy. I could only assume Lightning Lad and Saturn Girl on the left. The guy in the cape right in the middle, you were speculating could be John Kent. I'm assuming it might be Mon-El. It could go in either direction. Who the fuck knows? My only thought is that John doesn't use a cape right now, but that could change in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
No clue who that other person is behind them, though. With like tassels on the cape. That looks kind of weird. But yeah, that's all coming down the line in the future. And I think
quite the big line it
is about it for news.
That's all the news that fits. Brandon, do you got anything you want to share?
Nothing for me.
Nothing for you.
Or nothing from me. But yeah. Lots of exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh, one thing I could share, I meant to screenshot it, but I just sent the link. Apparently yesterday, McFarlane shared an image of something pre-ordering on June 25th, a new Green Lantern bust that looks like it's directly from DC Direct back in like 2005.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
I really hope it's affordable. It looks fantastic.
I hope it is. All right. We are going to go through the reviews a little differently here. I'm going to just bust out all the books, give the super joshed up summary, grease lightning, if you will. I'll borrow that from Rob. And then afterwards, Rob and Brandon will talk about them. All right, so here we go. First up is Green Lantern Corps number 17, written by Morgan Hampton, with art inside and out, drawn by Fernando Pasarin, inked by Eau Claire Albert, and colored by Arif Bianto, with lettering by Dave Sharp. The Josh summary is Guy travels emotionally outside of the black hole that he is stuck in, I think. Old him tells him how to do it. He convinces all of the entities to come with him, and he's able to ride that energy out, and he's rescued everybody, met back up with the Lantern Corps, and told them, this is where we're at. I think that's what happened. I don't know if Guy got out physically or not. I think he's only out emotionally, and his physical body is still stuck inside the black hole.
No, he got out through time travel.
He got out through being able to ride the spectral energy of the emotional entities. When he connected to them, he was able to go bang. Okay.
Yeah, back to the past, yeah.
Sweet. Okay. All right. So knowing that
weirdly can explain in the issue. It was confusing, but that's pretty much what happened.
Okay. Knowing that it was him getting out, then that makes me a lot happier about this. The art and the story are great there. I think so anyway. But we are delving into getting into heavy lantern shit, I fear, and I'm going to be relying heavily upon compatriots to help. But
well, it might have
the
some good
story
news for
itself is good and the art is great. I gave it myself. I gave it an 8.25. What did you guys think about it?
I definitely enjoyed this chapter a lot more than I have been this arc. This whole arc did not go the way I thought it was going to go. I thought there was going to be a bit of a prolonging of finding the entities, but they really fast tracked the whole thing. I think this whole thing was maybe like 3-4 issues. But this issue devoted to Guy and his past, I think, was almost a really nice character study in a way. Much like a few issues ago with John was a character study on John. But at least with that John Stewart-centric story, or at least that part of the issue, it kind of dealt with John's trauma, and it really felt like he came out on the other side a stronger man and a stronger character, and that maybe they can get past some of his past trauma and get past some of the emotional issues that have kind of held that character back in the past. And it feels like with Guy, they're doing the same thing here. My only gripe is that they've kind of already done that in a way a few times. Sometimes it's mostly just with Guy being so arrogant, he puts on airs that he doesn't give a shit. But with this one, it kind of really dove into all the deep, dark shit in his past, and even some stuff that we haven't seen before. One thing I wanted to point out that I mentioned on the Green Lantern subreddit as well, when they were talking about it in the post about that issue, there was one panel, I don't know if you guys saw it, when Guy was in the emotional spectrum, whatever, looking at different times of his history, different moments of his past. Sorry, leg cramp. Woo.
I think you're talking about something you're not supposed to be.
Those come out of shit. Sorry. Ow, muscle spasm. That really fucking hurts. Shit. Sorry.
Dolls.
God damn, my exes suck. What did I do this time? Fuck. Anyway, there was a panel of Guy, or at least his head, being held by Darkseid.
Yeah.
And I asked in the subreddit if that had ever happened before, because I don't remember it, and nobody else remembered it. So is that maybe coming in the future? Because that was that whole thing that they were looking at was described as just moments in
all
his
time.
timeline.
Yeah, all time together, all at once.
Resonance, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
very possibly.
Yeah, maybe a year from now, Guy Gardner's going to die.
Well, I'm thinking like he's going to be a big part of the storyline. I don't think he's going to relinquish the All-Seer, All-Sight role soon. Probably going to play into the next big, huge crossover event, and then we may see him
get decapitated. Which is wild.
Yeah.
Really fucking nuts. And I hope that doesn't stick. Especially after this issue, it really hammers home how much there is to appreciate about Guy Gardner as a character. He might have been a total prick in the 90s and the 80s, and for justified reasons, but that character has grown and been retconned into someone that just has a dark history, that hasn't had the nicest life, and it's good to see that character growth, and it really gets showcased here. So I really appreciate that. The whole explanation of the emotional timeline and whatnot was really faltered, I think, a little bit. And they did a whole Back to the Future kind of deal, like, we're just going to put you right back to where you were at the beginning, and okay, now we're just going to change the timeline. All right. All in all, I'll give it a 7. I didn't hate it, but there was things I wish were done a bit better.
And it's at this point where I'm fully expecting you to become a lot more critical of the Green Lantern stories,
Oh yeah.
or at least from here on out, because we're building whole new shit. And while I'm loving every minute of it, some of this stuff, I mean, lucky me, I'm experiencing it for the first time. But Brandon, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the dive into Guy's history and psyche a little bit. I think I'm maybe not quite as interested in the story as much, but Rob, you kind of said everything. I think it did a good job of showing his growth, so that's that's a positive. So I didn't hate it, and I liked the sort of layouts that they chose, this artist chose for the story. So I gave it a let's say 7.5 out of 10.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's actually one thing I didn't highlight. The art I thought was really well done in this issue.
Yeah.
It like you said, the layouts were fantastic. Well, I say the layouts were really good. I say the layouts were fantastic.
Yeah, I thought that they were really good. But all right, well then that is the core. Let's move on to the comics. Action Comics 1099, written by Mark Waid with art drawn by Skylar Patridge and Patricio Del Peche, and colored by Ivan Plasencia. I gotta slow down or I'm not gonna stop tripping. With Del Peche on their own works, lettering by Steve Wands and a cover by Ryan Sook. So picking up from last issue, Clark's powers are gone, but after some convincing from Booster, Mary, and John, he tries to get them back. He needed it because he was starting to enjoy the perks of being human. The three of them, Boost, Mary, and John, all disappear as time paradoxes, and that leaves Superboy alone to fight Epoch, with Gordon as their pre-Eclipso as his only hope. And he's powerless, so he's suited up with what looks like knight's armor with a sword and shield. Thankfully, in the Superboy color scheme.
Yeah.
It was fun enough, I think. I think the art isn't my favorite, but it's meant to make the book look a lot more fun and relaxed, I think. This is right now, Action Comics, I think they're trying to put out decent stories that are just meant to have fun with. And it took 180 of them in a row, but I'm starting to just be okay with it. And I mean, it's that's what this book is about right now, and it's doing a good job of doing that. It was fun enough, and I gave it a 7.25 out of 10.
Yeah, that's really the thing about this kind of revisitation of Superboy era that Mark Waid has written for Action Comics. It really is, like you said, just meant to have some fun with the character and kind of maybe even have some nostalgia for a time long past. But also it's filling in a gap for where Clark Kent is God knows somewhere, right? So it does serve a purpose at the same time, but not the purpose that you'd think it would. And like you said, just have some fun with it. Why the hell not? It's just a fun comic to read for. I guess it's been going for a year now.
Yeah,
The Superboy era. Yeah,
this isn't a title. Action Comics can be anything for one.
Exactly. Yeah,
and Superboy specifically as a character, his stories don't have to mean something. As long as you don't fuck around and mess up, or as long as you don't fuck around or mess up with anything important, or big time fan favorite or shit, you're just throwing in extra stories that aren't going to screw shit up. Then fuck it, go have fun.
Yeah, like don't mess shit up. Like take away his superpowers and have 3 superheroes disappear from the timeline completely. That'd be
I'm too old to be that picky anymore, man.
Fair enough.
Being flat out on my back for a couple of weeks is
Put things in
Taught me
perspective
some
a little bit.
Taught me some fucking patience, I'll tell you that.
I was stuck in my bed for 3 weeks, and all I had was issues of Action Comics. I love it now.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. When the pace,
I had
gaining
no
a different
choice.
understanding.
Nah, I get that. Yeah. Oddly enough, though, this chapter in the run, not the weakest for me, but not as fun as the other ones have been, because this is one where it actually did start fucking with things a little bit. Booster, Mary, and Jean are just erased from the timeline because Clark doesn't have his powers as a kid. And this all started because, well, understandably so, Clark wants to be a kid. That part I completely understand. He's young. He's still learning how to be a superhero, how to be a Superboy, and he gets a chance to have a normal life. Completely understand his reasoning here. He doesn't know his future adult life as the greatest superhero to live. But once those three disappear from the timeline, you're okay, shit got serious. They don't even remember who Mary is. Clark is the only one. And just maybe it's all the Golden Age comics I've been reading, but the campiness of him just like looking at a corner, putting on some random shit, and there's a suit of armor. Just that was equal parts. I ate that shit up, but also like, are you fucking kidding me? At the same time, why? How did that happen? How does that work? I've been nitpicking Golden Age Green Lantern so much recently. It just, I don't know. A juggler had a giant fucking slot machine just in a bedroom yesterday, and I don't know why, but it was there. And anyway,
I don't know. I mean, okay, so here's where my turnaround is, because I feel like 2 months ago I probably would have rated this a 6.25 instead of a 7.5.
Fair.
I think Mark Waid is just trying to give us a comic book that doesn't take shit as serious, that doesn't need to be taken as seriously. We can still treat it like a regular comic book, but the shit in it ultimately isn't supposed to matter.
Yeah. It really
which isn't the same as an anthology or a fucking date book or things of that nature. It really isn't, and it's taken me a while to be okay with that.
That's fair.
Is it though? I hate autism.
I mean, well, it's not necessarily your fault, and honestly, your perspective was fine as well before. Like, I also understood your perspective, but you're right. Like, that's basically what this has been about in Action Comics for the past year. Has just been, even before that, before Superboy took over, it was God, what was that thing initiative called when it was just random ass Superman stories for a while?
Was it Summer of Superman?
No, it was something before that, I thought, leading into like Summer, unless it was like part of Superman. So Superman Superstars. Action Comics Super, something like that. It was like 4 different creative teams telling 4 different stories for a few months. I would have to go back and look, but yeah, it was even coming from that. It was just like just stories that are fun. They don't matter to continuity. You don't have to like them, but if you like them, that's great, because you can read these and not read anything else and have a good time. Kind of deal. Yeah. I think that's about it I had for notes. I would give it a 7.5 as well.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at too. I mean, it's a fun book, and obviously I will always have love for Superboy. But I think as of now, I don't know, maybe it's just this particular arc, but it's just more of a middle of the road story for me, and it feels more like it's tying into the whole Reign of the Superboys thing that they're doing right now, which is, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really grabbed by it, but I'm also just maybe not in the best state in terms of enjoying this stuff. So it's from an objective point of view, I think it's fine. And I don't dislike the art from Skylar Patridge, but like I said, very very middle of the road.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, man. Well, that's Superboy. He grows up to be Superman, and now we've got a guy who's maybe even more powerful than Superman, because it's not just about talking to fish anymore.
Yeah.
It's written by Jeremy Adams with art drawn by Paolo Villanelli and colors by Rex Locust with lettering from Dave Sharp and a cover from John Timms. It is Aquaman number 18. Both Hal and Arthur are pulled to the same place by a vision by the OOEC, the company featured in Lobo's current book and a major pain in the ass. They're in charge of all the bounty hunting, and they're generally just, you should go read it. It's a good book. Hal is able to free Arthur with the last charge of his ring, a little bit of deceit going on, but then Arthur shows Hal exactly how powerful he now is and blows Hal's mind and makes Hal warn Arthur about being careful with that much power. So it makes the Lobo crossover with Arthur make sense. The jokes with the corporate orbital reconnaissance patrol, that was funny. Anything to do with the OOC is nuts. This is so good, both the art and the story. I fucking loved it. 8.5 out of 10. We are really cementing in Aquaman's ascension, and we keep talking about it in the same way that we talk about Swamp Thing's connection with the Green, and I can only hope that we are headed there, because that is what will ultimately make me super duper happy.
Hell yeah. This was quite a fun one. Sorry, I'm just going back to seeing how it ended, because this was kind of a connecting point between issues of Green Lantern for Hal Jordan's story. This does jump off of what happened last issue of Green Lantern, and I can only assume where Hal ends from here will go into the next issue of Green Lantern. Presumably Arthur will be in that too, and hopefully that means the Wonder Twins will reunite. That's what I'm hoping. But we'll have to see. I think the next issue is next week. Which would be what, number 35, 36, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. As for this issue, I want to say it's fairly cut and dry. Pun not intended. It is interesting enough. I don't think anything to really write home about. A team up of Hal and Arthur is not something you see often, so it was a nice treat in that regard. But I think it was mostly just a showcase of what abilities they had at the time. Storyline wise with the OOC, as much as the OOC as like a subplot for all cosmic stories right now, I love it. Spinning out of like Lobo and now Aquaman, probably in Green Lantern Corps at some point too. I think it's a fantastic little aside. But this issue was kind of just, it was fun. Like I said, nothing to write home about. Arthur showed off his abilities with the blue to Hal. Hal went wow, and then Hal showed off his piloting skills to Arthur, and Arthur went, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" That's about it. Yeah. Though my two gripes here, and I forgot about this thing. I understand Arthur's control of the blue. Why was there lightning coming out of his eyes? I don't understand that.
Swamp Thing's eyes glow too.
I mean, glowing is one thing. There's literal lightning bolts coming out of his pupils. It was kind of weird.
Super duper powerful.
I guess. And the only other thing is Hal's ring was supposed to be like fully dead. And I know he kind of played it off like that was the last of his charge when he used his suit one more time, but I don't know. The last time we saw the Ring, it was supposed to be dead. So I don't know. Just a little hiccup, I guess, in continuity. But that's besides the point. The lightning bolt was kind of weird. Apart from that, fun enough. I'll give it a 7.
7. Strangely enough, I feel like my scores have been higher than all of your guys's.
Oh, sorry. I started
Brandon.
talking. I didn't realize I was muted.
I was gonna say, Brandon, what
We've
did you
all
think
been
about
there.
it?
No, I was gonna say I gave this 7.25. It is okay. I don't know. Again, maybe it's my current attachment levels, but it's just not. I don't really feel any compelling interest in Aquaman, the elemental Aquaman, the Avatar of the Blue. I mean, it's an interesting addition, but it just doesn't really do it for me. And it's cool seeing some interactions between Hal and Arthur. I know that's something that we don't get very often, which is what Rob mentioned. But yeah, ultimately, which also unrelated, but seems like kind of a missed opportunity when you think about it, given that both were at one point written by Jeff Johns. Like you would have thought there'd have been a crossover there, but I guess not. I just thought about that. I don't know why. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. Just in terms of this direction, just not all that appealing to me, but could just be my personal feelings. So 7.25 for me.
7.25.
What was your score, Josh?
8.5.
What is happening right now?
I don't know, but it might be criminal. Leading us to Barbara Gordon Breakout number 2. Written by Mariko Tamaki with art drawn by Amanke Nwalpin and colored by Tamara Bonvillain with letters from Ariana Maher and a cover by Carl Kirsch. Jim and Dick cross paths, and Jick says that he sent in help.
Hang on. Did you just say Jick?
No, I said Jim and Dick. Did I say Jick?
I think you said Jim and Dick, and then Jick says. I could have sworn I heard you say Jick says.
Who knows? Maybe. Jim and Dick cross paths, and Jim says that he sent in help. Barbara wakes up from her attack in the hospital and is in a lot of pain. An inmate named Sparrow says that she's there to help and keeps feeding Barbara painkillers that. Well, first let me point out the way that's set up. I feel like immediately they got me because person goes by the name Sparrow, and I'm like, okay, that's a bird. Gotta be a good guy. Not so positive. Sparrow has been feeding Barbara painkillers that dope her up and have her seeing all kinds of twisted shit. So I don't think that's who Jim sent to help. Because that and that she works for Di, who's got it out for Gordon. Or she is helping Jim by helping Barbara by working for Di, which would be interesting and also very Tamaki-like. Ultimately, though, I think it's pretty good. It's skirting the issues that I had with leading into this, like the existence of it and is it necessary and all of that shit, leading it in the dirt. Just with the story itself, this was a good issue. It's a good story. It's an interesting plot. The art's pretty dang good. I enjoyed it for what it was, and that's how I was trying to look at it here. I know you guys did not rate this one as high as I did. I gave it an 8.25 out of 10.
Actually, I think I was going to give it an 8.5.
Oh, I don't believe you.
No, actually, like this, this has been a runaway hit for me recently. I know it's only 2 issues in, but like you said, like its expectations were low, but enjoyment is high. It's actually really, really well done. A lot more interesting than I thought it would be. This issue provided a lot more mystery to what's going on. There's dark shit happening. Some strange things are afoot at the prison.
Indeed.
I was gonna say something about Circle K, but I can't even remember the name of the prison right now. Is it Blackgate? Who knows? Where the fuck was I going with that? Yeah, Barbara's got her hands full right now. She has no friends on the inside that we know of. Supposedly Jim's got someone working on the inside, but like you said, we don't know if it's Sparrow. We don't know who it is. I thought it would be Sparrow as well, but the drugs are kind of saying otherwise. There's so much to figure out still. Nobody knows what's going to happen except Mariko Tamaki. So that whole mystery for me, like this could have been an arc in Detective Comics and it would have been all for it. It definitely deserves the 8.5.
It's good stuff.
Well, nothing to report on my end, as I did not get a chance to read this one, though I did hear from Glenn that this book is incredible, and based on your reviews, it sounds like that's the case. So that's awesome to hear.
I was really surprised, and would you look at that, Glenn? God damn, we agree. Whoops, sorry, we agree on something. Been a while since that happened. All right, next one up then I believe is the Fury of Firestorm. That one is written by Jeff Lemire with art inside and out by Rafael De La Torre and Marcelo Malo, with lettering from Lucas Gattoni. So Jason's going to be a dad, and he has put his foot down. He can't help with Firestorm, but he gives Lorraine, a.k.a. Firehawk, a place where Stein might be that only him and Ronnie knew about. Because Ronnie found out that Stein only made him Firestorm because he was moldable, not because he had potential. Ronnie got pissed off, became Firestorm alone, and that allowed the Matrix to overcome him and develop sentience. That really also gives a big backstory into how big a douche Stein really is. I liked it. I thought it was done really well. The way that they painted Stein, they did it in a really good way, which seems like odd word choices for saying they colored him like a douche, but I thought it was done really well. I thought the change in the art for the flashback using the old style, the old art style, I thought that was cool as hell, and it just looks great all the way around. The story is interesting. My one gripe is that we're at 3 issues in, and we've been given the definitive answer to what is generally going on, but that took 3 issues and still not what any of it means. So this can go one of 2 ways. This is going to be a slow burn. I'm saying gripe because I'm unsure of how long the run is supposed to be. So I hope it's not 5 issues of this is all huge and it could be, massive and then wrapped up in the last couple of pages of 1 issue here. If this has got some time left in it, though, then that's no longer a gripe. Do either one of you guys know?
I think it's 1 to 9 issues, but that could be wrong.
Okay, all right. Then it's got some steam left in it. Then that's nice. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I can't wait to hear it.
Firestorm, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Freaking awesome, just wild stuff. I have been waiting so long for a Firestorm book, as we all have, and I could not be happier that this is happening. I think it's the perfect story to kind of revisit people, or for people to revisit Firestorm and reintroduce themselves to Firestorm. And the fact that we even got Jason Rush in this issue and even saw like a somewhat happy ending for him at the same time, just
right.
touching. It's perfect. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff with Ronnie and Stein, they're adding to the mythos, adding to the history, while also bringing it into a new era of storytelling, a new era for Firestorm and DC Comics as a whole. It's just beautifully done. I can't wait to see what happens with this. If they'll be able to get the Matrix under control, or if they have to destroy it.
That remains to be seen.
Yeah, and if that's the case, how the hell do they destroy it? Yeah, there's so many questions coming with this book, but it's so welcome. I love it so much. This one's actually getting a 9 from me.
Oh yeah,
It's awesome.
And what say you, Brandon, who knows even more about Firestorm than I do?
Yeah, I mean, again, more so from an objective point of view, very solid book. Lemire certainly knows how to really turn up the character drama, and it's interesting that Firehawk is playing a prominent role. I figured that would just be kind of a cameo in the first issue, but she seems to kind of be almost a second lead, so that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, solid stuff. Really does the character drama and the horror very well, and it will be interesting to see how Lemire chooses to continue to examine the relationship between Ronnie and Professor Stein, given that, I mean, I know they've had this recent retcon where Stein was maybe a little bit more manipulative, but in the past had, I'd say, more of a fatherly relationship with Ronnie. So I'm kind of curious as to how they're going to try and interpret all of that. But yeah, I guess we'll see.
All right, what did you give it?
What did I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
All right, right on. And that wraps up all of the books that aren't absolute. So we are, I believe, a little past the halfway point. We're going to kick it off with Absolute Catwoman #1, unless either one of you guys need to take a break for a minute.
All good here.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Absolute Catwoman #1, written by Scott Snyder and Shea Grayson, with art inside and out drawn by Bengal, and colored by a typo, Giovanna Nero, with lettering from Lucas Gattoni. We get a lot of Catwoman and Holly's backstory here, and she's still Selina's best friend. They ran a group from the Calicos all dressed like Catwoman, like regular Catwoman. That blew up, and she looks different now with the black mask kind of head. And now there's a bunch of copycats she's got to figure out how to control. All on her 25th birthday, the day that she wanted to retire. P.S. She's got a cat cave and a servant named Dante, and her bike called the Wildcat can transform into a running wildcat. She finds herself fighting someone that is an amazing fighter, and that amazing fighter is Cassandra Cain. Holy swapping roles, Selina and Bruce. This was freaking cool. Though, as always, I will say, please, just keep the different time periods together. Let me read the flashback first and then the main after, or vice versa, but quit giving me whiplash. Past that, the art was like Dragoda, but a little softer, and I'm not hating it. I wouldn't call it stellar, but I will be getting the next issue. I gave this a 7.75 out of 10.
Yeah, very fun first issue. I had no expectations going into this only because I had no clue what to expect. So I was just an open book on this, and it was an open book on me. It left an imprint. It was solid opening chapter. Much like you said, Josh, copying Bruce, they've swapped roles a little bit in the Absolute universe. There's just some nice surprises, some nice reveals, some nice teases. Not much in the way of like things left open apart from Cassandra Cain, right? And like they did a lot of backstory telling in this very first issue, while also telling a pretty decent story for the future. Like it was really well paced, really well done. It's got me excited for at least this. I think this is 5-6 issues like Green Arrow, so it's not going to be going on forever, but it's got me excited for where it's going to end up.
I mean, I don't know about you two, but with as heavy as this flashback and the relationship between her and Holly being so big, I think Holly's either dying or is going to end up being the bad guy.
Yeah, it could be.
That's just my 2 cents.
No, that
anyway,
could definitely be it.
Didn't mean to interrupt. Continue.
No. I didn't think about that. So I didn't even know where to even begin with Holly because I wasn't sure what that could have meant. But yeah, shit, that's a good point. Yeah. It's 8.75 for me for this issue. Really solid.
Nice. This was another one I didn't get a chance to check out, but I love Bengal. His artwork is always phenomenal, so look forward to reading that at some point. But I mean, interesting to hear that it's keeping elements of Selena's past while also putting a kind of fun twist on it. So that's all I got to offer.
Wow, you summed the book up better than I did, and you didn't even fucking read it. That's great. I'm gonna start shoving my resume out now. Absolutely. So, Absolute Catwoman's off to a good start, and we'll have to see if it's gonna hit its target. Speaking of which, Absolute Green Arrow #2, written by Pornchak Piche-Shote, with art inside and out drawn by Raphael Albuquerque and colored by Marcelo Malo, with lettering from Jeff Powell. So I will admit this one was a little hard for me to follow, but I think I got it right. Diana Lance is working with Merlin reluctantly to find out who's been attacking and killing people for the bad guys, and the suspect list is basically all of Oliver's closest friends, one of which is Connor Hawke, Ollie's estranged son of over 15 years. Turns out he is definitely not the Green Arrow because the Green Arrow kills him. And it ends with us seeing Roy Harper digging up Oliver's grave. Did I get that right?
You got that pretty much well, yeah. Also, the appearance of Mia Dearden.
Yeah, Mia Dearden shows up, and she is apparently obsessed with Miraclo.
Yeah, I wanted to shout out Mia Dearden only because she's a big part of my review.
Go for it. I'll be free. Feel free to talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think this has got a lot of different angles. There's a lot of stuff to read about in future issues of the book. I'm curious, but at this point, I'm unsure if we're ever going to learn the identity of the Absolute Green Arrow.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that be a fucking twist if we didn't?
That would be.
If it was like never fucking revealed. The art is enjoyable for the most part all over, and the colors really helped that happen because Raphael Albuquerque, he can be hit or miss for me, but Malo sold up this time for sure, and I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, stupid ass. Sorry, I just wanted to pull up who the writer was. Oh, okay, so yeah, I don't know. I know the name, but I couldn't tell you what they've written in the past, so I'm not too familiar off the top of my head of their back catalog. But what the vibes I'm getting with this is...
We've covered them before.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I know I've read books from them before. I just don't remember what they are. But the vibes I'm getting, at least out of issue 2 right now, with this whole... We'll call it a murder mystery right now. It's giving off classic vibes of red herrings, of suspects giving their alibis and their details and like telling you one thing that make you want to believe that is, but then when you get to the end, you're going to start to see it in a different light, and it's not how it was originally proposed. Mia Dearden, on the surface, you might think was cleared of potentially being the Green Arrow killer. I do not think she's cleared whatsoever. She did not clear her name. She did not provide any alibis for her whereabouts during the deaths. Um, all she provided was information about her and Ollie's relationship, and then right at the end, put them on the scent of somebody else, being Ollie's son, which is an even juicier lead than Mia Dearden, which is a masterclass of deception. And then they get to oh wow. I'm looking at it right now. Why can't I remember his name? Holy shit. Ollie's son.
Connor Hawk?
Connor, oh my god. I'm looking at the fucking figure as well, and I'm like, I know his name, but his brain farted out of me. They go to Connor. Connor supposedly dies at the hands of the Green Arrow Killer. Did that death seem strange to you at all? Because it did to me.
In what way? It seems to me that he's died the same way as all the rest of the Arrow's villains, where the arrow is poisoned, so it doesn't even matter if it's really a full-on kill shot.
I mean,
because it's
one hand,
you can tell because they get the face blisters and arm blisters.
He did, but if I need to go back at let me actually, I got the fucking thing open right now. I wanted to look at the first issue as well. I think some of the other deaths were with the poison was a lot more body covering. See if I can find an image. Actually, some of them were a lot more gruesome.
All right,
like,
Brandon. While he's looking that up, what did you think?
Still enjoying the overall mystery, and wasn't expecting to see other members of Green Arrow's extended connection so soon. I mean, I know they were mentioned in the previous issue, but it was cool, to see Connor and Mia, even if they're maybe not in the best position. Definitely
Connor's definitely dead.
Yeah, definitely maybe has my suspicions raised towards Roy, but it could be that there's something even more supernatural going on. Who knows? So yeah, it'll be exciting to see where this goes.
Right on.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just asking Brandon if he got a score for it.
Oh, I'll give this an 8 out of 10 as well.
All right.
Okay, so on the surface, it does look like, the heavy poison would have affected the body quite well. But, except for two things, I just went through issue 1 and 2. There weren't, as far as I could tell, flipping through them rather quickly, the other deaths were just pretty gruesome murder attempts. Like dismembering, decapitating, arrows in the eyes, cuts, bruises, tied down and shit. No poison arrows. This is the first poison arrow in the 2 issues so far.
Well, the arrow being poisoned is what causes, the poison on the arrow is what causes all the blisters and shit.
For Connor, yeah, but the other people didn't show any blisters.
Are you sure?
I just looked through it. I didn't see any fucking blisters. I saw a guy tied to a chair with 2 arrows in his eye sockets. I saw heads getting chopped off and arms getting lopped off. I didn't see any fucking blisters or shit. Which
maybe
confuses me because I could have sworn there was
in the last Green Arrow book.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's possible. So right away, that even lends to my credence that this is not the standard MO. This Green Arrow killer instantly calls Connor Dinah's friend, which right away seemed to me like a distraction as well, of just like trying really hard to pretend they don't know each other. So on the surface, I don't think Connor's dead. I don't think Mia is exonerated. And we're going to see Roy in the next issue, and I think the same thing's going to happen. His alibi is not going to be concrete. And I think one of 2 things is going to happen. 2 possibilities. I'm still on the fence that Malcolm Merlyn is the Green Arrow killer in secret. But on the other hand, I think there's multiple Green Arrow killers working together.
Interesting.
That could include Roy, Mia, and Connor.
Connor's dead involves Roy, Mia, and Merlin, and nobody's telling Dinah about it.
That's very possible too.
Lots of possibilities, man. It's crazy, which means it's done good. I just hope that the one that they pick is the right one.
Yeah. Or it could even be, like you said, there is none. We just don't get an answer.
We just don't get an answer. And that might actually be cool. If it's done right, anyway. Yeah. A hero like the Joker. We never find out who he is.
Shit, that'd be wild. But all in all, this is getting a 9 from me.
Very well then.
9.25. Fucking 9.25. It is fucking good.
Damn, he was like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll raise it. All right, we have been covering quite a bit of ground in a little bit of time, considering all of the talking that we've managed to do. We are clocking in at just under an hour and keeping that pace alive with the fastest kid alive. I'm going to take us through Absolute Flash number 16, written by Jeff Lemire with art drawn by Hai Ning and colors from Adriano Lucas with lettering from Tom Napolitano and a cover from, I believe, Nick Robles. This issue is all about everyone trying to kill Grodd. A group of armed dudes try to take Grodd out, but Grodd takes control of them and has just decided that men shouldn't be there around anymore. Grodd should control all of them. Wally, when the attack happens, gets a shout out from Grodd. He gets there. He brings Linda. And they're about to go look for Grodd's dad when Grodd is scooped up by Jesse, who is like, sorry, there's no other way, as she holds a knife to Grodd's throat. So when I read this, it went by so fast, I had to go back. I had to like look and count and make sure it wasn't just like 12 issues long. It's good, though. It was really good. I definitely need to know what happens in the next issue. I gotta know if the Rogues are going to help out Wally, or I've got to know exactly what they're planning on doing with Grodd's dad, and what Grodd's dad's real name is. I gotta know that too. As always, the art is top notch. This issue is no different. It's great throughout the whole thing. It is good stuff. 8.75 out of 10.
100% agree. 8.75 as well. Solid open. I would say opening issue of this arc, but it's only 2 parts. I wonder if that's going to be the thing going forward. The last arc was 2 issues. This arc is 2 issues. This arc is also called Gorilla City, which I think is quite interesting. I hope Grodd doesn't die. Yeah. But as far as the other end, like what? Central?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope Grodd doesn't die. I think Grodd is a welcome addition to the crew. I don't think all the Rogues are going to betray Wally. I think the rest of the Rogues want to help Wally to a degree, all except for Jesse, who just kind of seems to do things her own way so far. Apart from that, very interesting setup for Wally fighting some apes.
Indeed.
Yeah. Oh no, they're in Colorado. Sorry. It says at the beginning of the issue. Yeah, 8.75.
In Colorado again. Like they should move there. Haha.
Oh.
What about you, Brandon? Did you get a chance to read the latest adventures of Wally?
Yeah, no, this one, like the previous one, still just super great work, and I love the Grodd focus, and I'm also curious as to who his father is. Maybe it's Salivar at the end.
Oh man,
I had a thought as well.
I didn't even fucking think that.
Mala.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
Mala,
no, I
the
mean,
hyper
solid stuff.
intelligence, right?
So
That would be really cool. All right. Well, did you give us did you give a score
I
for
don't know
that?
if I didn't say it, I'll give it 8.25 out of 10.
All right. All right. Wrapping up episode 300 with our last book. Absolute Batman number 121, written by Scott Snyder with art inside and out, drawn by Nick Dragotta by Nick Dragotta and colored by Frank Martin with lettering from Tom Napolitano. It's Pennyworth's Batman versus Slade's Robins, and neither seem to listen well and ignore orders, which leads to them knocking down an entire apartment building on top of Batman and Dick climbing out of his mech suit to check and see if the buildings were empty. We see people on both sides uniting for or against Batman. Riddler, Penguin, Croc, and Two-Face, all quite differently looking than we're used to, out and about, and are on Batman's side, at least for the most part. It ends with Mr. Grimm showing up to a work site where Bruce is at, way up high on a skyrise on a beam, where neither hide what they know. He transforms in front of Bruce, startling him off of the beam, then saves him, saying that he's the one that gets to decide where Batman ends, and that he wants to do their little dance forever, or at least until Batman has reached his full potential. Well, first, I was totally wrong about Eddie. This whole time, I thought he had to be connected to the computer. Apparently, he's at the very least got Wi-Fi. I was wrong there. The one big problem that I have with this issue is until Batman has reached his full potential. I feel like, well, I know for a fact that we saw that was the whole thing with Bane. And it's, I feel like it's just, we've seen it so much. The art is okay. The story is pretty decent. Overall, I enjoyed it. And Absolute Batman, in my opinion, is getting better. I gave it a 7.75 out of 10.
Right on. There was a lot to really pick at in this issue. A lot of shit happened. The Robins having their first big mission and failing and infighting. The funeral for Jim Gordon with Barbara getting in the Robin's face and saying, "Get the fuck out the way. I don't want you." The Joker showing up in daylight and transforming in front of Bruce was wild. Bruce's friends kind of like doubling down on not caring for Bruce, but Wayland's still trying to bring them around to the good side. And then the very, very, very last page, which I'll be honest, Josh, I'm surprised you didn't bring up. They're teasing Clayface, which was wild. And if that's happening next, you didn't catch it? Yeah, if that's happening next issue, I'm stoked because it looks like they're making a Clay.
Oh yeah, I guess that is Clay. Yeah. I didn't even
plasticity. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even fucking think about that. But hell yeah, that totally is 100%. That's fucking Clayface.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Absolute Clayface.
Oh.
Let's fucking go.
That's fucking horrifying.
Yeah. The hands in the clay just building a Batman. Yeah.
It's horrifying to think what they could do with an absolute clay with an absolute Clayface.
Yeah, think about what they did with like Absolute Bane, Absolute Poison Ivy. Like Absolute Clayface is going to be so much worse. Yeah, it's been a ride. Yeah, this one was it was a lot of fun. Getting an 8.75 from me.
8.75, right on. All right, Brandon.
The showdown between Batman and Joker here at last. Certainly a frightening take, but I think very well executed and some people pointed out that there were some parallels between the confrontation here and I think it was in Batman Endgame from the New 52 run.
Right.
So I think that's cool that there's some callbacks there. A lot of people have pointed out that this version of Joker, Jack Grimm, is essentially like an evil version of Bruce Wayne reimagined, with a lot of similarities between Bruce and Jack Grimm and some of the things that they've said. So seeing that continue to pay off here is cool, and getting our kind of second proper introduction to Barbara is also cool. There's a lot of interesting stuff being set up that I think will be hopefully paid off well in future issues to come. But I mean, Absolute Batman is still one that's very enjoyable. So I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10.
Excellent. Right on. Well, then I guess that takes us to the end of it, right? And this is where we're going to do our top 3, our favorite moment, followed by our favorite cover. Top 3 and favorite moment from me. I am just going to go ahead right on and say third place is going to go to the Core. Green Lantern Core takes that. Second place is Absolute Aquaman. Or, excuse me, second place is Emperor Aquaman. And the first place is Absolute Flash. With my favorite moment actually coming from Emperor Aquaman, split in two. At first, hell, it's not just about talking. It's not just talking about talking to fish anymore, but also that panel. And that panel where Rob is talking about the lightning coming out of his eyes and lightning just like behind him. Definitely artist interpretation, but a badass picture none the fucking less. I really dug it. But that's my top 3 and favorite moment. What about you guys?
Let's see. My number 3. I gotta choose between 3 books. I'll give it to Absolute Batman. Number 2, I'll give it to Absolute Catwoman. Oh wait, no, whoops, my bad. Number 3, I'll give Absolute Catwoman. Number 2 is Firestorm, and number 1 is Absolute Green Arrow. I misread my score there for Green Arrow. By far, that was fantastic. Favorite moment, though, really hard to pick one.
Covered a lot of books. There's a lot to choose from, I would say.
Yeah, there really is. I think for me, it might be Jack Grimm transforming in front of Bruce at the construction site is just horrifying. It was thrilling. It was really cool to see.
Caught me off guard. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, that's what made it so good. The smile was above his eyebrows.
Yeah. Oogie boogie.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon. And what about you, kind sir?
Number 3, I gave to Firestorm. Number 2, I'll give to Flash, and number 1, I'll give to Absolute Batman. With my favorite moment being, honestly, I kind of forgot to pick one, but the whole confrontation between Joker and Batman was pretty well executed. I don't know if Rob already mentioned this, but the sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, the like face he flashes where he goes boo. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah. So that'd be mine. And if not that one, then definitely the sort of double page spread of Batman with the cape wrapped around with the spikes and everything, sort of the title page. That was pretty good too. So,
indeed, it was. And then the very last part of our show, the favorite cover. We've got our Green Lantern Corps, Action Comics, Emperor Aquaman, Barbara Gordon Breakout, the Fury of Firestorm, Absolute Catwoman, Absolute Green Arrow, Absolute Flash, and Absolute Batman.
The last three there are the ones that stand out the most for me, but I'm going to give it to Absolute Green Arrow, with Absolute Batman being a very close second.
All right.
Yeah, that cover with the rain falling, it's just there's so much going on in this image.
There really is. Brandon, what did you think about for your favorite cover? Brandon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted for a second.
Don't worry.
It's a tough pick. There were quite a number of good-looking covers for this week, but I'll go with something I don't normally go with and give it to Absolute Flash. I don't know, something about it is really strike. Maybe it's just the image of Grodd's father in the background, just the positioning of Wally. But I mean, all the Absolute Flash covers have been pretty good, but I think this one was pretty special. So I'll go with that one. I think it's one I usually don't highlight. So
fair enough, and I'm gonna lay that there, man. That Grodd in the background is amazing. But my favorite is going to be the book that I couldn't believe didn't make it into my top 3, and that is absolutely the Fury of Firestorm. I just fucking love the look of this. A little something we've seen before, absolutely, but great nonetheless. And then that is it, everybody. Couldn't save the cough until after the show. Josh, way to go. That's the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We appreciate it. We're getting out of here, so you'll have to as well. Be careful out there, and remember, in the Geek Matrix, everybody has a home. In the Geek Matrix, you are not alone. You can't see Brandon, but he's giving you finger guns in his soul.
that I am.